Right then, so
Welcome.
who are we?
Once upon a chapter.
Say it again.
Once upon a chapter.
We are Once Upon a Chapter.
We are Once Upon a Chapter, and we are here to discuss all things smutty, fantasy.
Fiction.
I'm just done with reality. Point
Yeah.
is, right? Yeah, cool.
We want to be with fae,
Yeah.
vampires,
Yeah.
anything
I
mystical.
love you are like really over the hill. I think I am still almost teetering on the edge of being there, and you're like
you're still like fae world only with your reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in like 7 universes right now,
Yeah.
and you are.
I'm in like Dragon
Dragon World.
Dragonland.
Yeah.
All right.
So, we're going to start with ACOTAR. Because it's everyone's... I feel like a lot of people started their
A lot of hype about it, right?
fantasy world with ACOTAR.
Definitely.
Rightly so.
Why do you think
see it
that
everywhere.
is? Do you think it's because of popularity or because of...
I feel like social media... it sells it to people.
Big push.
Because these books came... You read them... So basically, I started
like
reading these
fucking
last
donkeys years
January.
old. Yeah.
And I've read fantasy ever since. I've not read anything else.
So wait, you recruited me last August? I think it was August. Was it August?
I think it was around July. Yeah, July time.
Yeah, because you two were really surprised how quickly I managed to read through these books.
Really
I lost
quickly.
my life, didn't watch Love Island, just started reading these fucking books.
Yeah. So I read ACOTAR from January. It was the first fantasy. I mean, I like Game of Thrones, I like everything like that, but I've watched it only. I've not read.
Yeah.
This is the first sort of fantasy.
And how did you get into how did this come up?
My mum bought me the book.
How did she get into the book?
I think maybe I had mentioned it to her, and then I got COVID in the January last year, and I didn't have anything to do.
But
so she went out and she just bought me
I love this.
And ever since
Productive.
I have not looked back.
Love that.
And then it was my holy Bible.
So, should we
It's on the
introduce
bedside.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Okay. I'm Georgia.
I'm Tayara.
I'm Leah.
Right, and together we're doing this new venture, discussing.
This is all we care about now.
Discussing smut.
This is life.
Online. All right.
But yeah, so you've been reading fantasy for a long time.
Yeah, I think that has
You
probably
are
from-
Oracle, the Surreal.
That is me.
I haven't crossed the Prithian wall, the
Threshold.
Prithian
Yeah.
wall
I've been
yet,
there
so
for a good
I can't
100
make
years.
any more funny references. But yeah.
How many fantasy books do you think you've got through?
I think that's the only genre I've ever
She,
read.
Really?
Did you not
Ever
see the
read.
Kindle reading list, the scrolling list?
But
It went on for
every
a good.
title looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Every book looks
Exactly
exactly
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have tried many times to sort of branch out into different genres, been like, especially when you go into a rut and you're like, no, we are kind of reading the same.
You give us hope
things.
because ultimately, is the context of the book not all the same? Which is
No, definitely,
Right, okay,
definitely
good.
not. There
I
are
love this.
definitely similar elements throughout, I'd say pretty much most of the
Fantasy
books.
books, yeah.
But I think if that's what you enjoy and that's what you like and that's your escapism,
Yeah.
Fair.
I feel like
Like-
a lot of authors not take people's work, but they take hints from other books and they bring it into
Well,
their
it's
own.
nothing is
based off-
new. Nothing is
but I
new.
think, especially with this kind of book, it's all based off like, mythology, Greek mythology,
Yeah,
old
yeah.
paganism. So
Yeah.
there has to be elements
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Because I didn't
will
even
run
know.
through it.
I thought Sarah made up the word fae.
No, it's a really old
I know,
word.
I know.
It's a really old word.
I think it's like Gaelic or
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's really
or
old.
something.
In my opinion, it's from like Dracula era. Like it's really
Yeah.
fucking old word.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know how many books I've read now, but I've obviously read all of the...
You were trying to do 100 books last
I
year.
was. I didn't get quite near
That
that.
is a lot of books.
Yeah, and
Right.
do you
How
know...
many would that be a month?
A lot. And
And
where...
actually, if you look at the size of some of these books,
Exactly.
they are, I think because I read on Kindle, I forget
How big they
how
are.
Yeah,
chunky
like
the book
the
is.
Crescent City is like
Yeah.
wedge.
And when I
You
go
need to
into
buy
the-
a whole new handbag just for that book.
Totally. And
yeah.
my thing is, I do read on Kindle.
Yeah.
Forgive me. However, I always go into Waterstones
Yeah.
to browse the books,
Yeah.
pick them,
Do you
and then
not
go
need
home.
like the trophy? Like
It's like, you know when you've got that book in your
live in
I'll
hand?
take
I
their
live in a
teeth.
tiny
I'll
flat.
take.
Yeah.
So do I.
I would not have
So do
any
I.
room.
The dog is literally over the books.
Yeah.
Like
I know. I do have books where I've thought, no, actually, that is so beautiful, the
Yeah.
cover, everything, and I have got it,
yeah,
but
you don't touch it.
I think because
You don't smell it.
I speed read. I just couldn't. I'd be like always in the bookshop. So, you know, I finish a book at 2 a.m. and I'm like, right, I want the next one.
Do you know what? It's actually a really expensive hobby.
It is. I didn't realise.
It is.
I did buy a Kindle for Christmas, as I told you.
I know, I was actually really hurt by
Tracer.
that. I've got a Kindle and it is dead.
I do like it, but nothing quite beats holding,
I agree.
like flicking, smelling.
I totally agree
like there's
with
something about just
I got this
just
book for
lying
Christmas.
there.
She decided, let me just get this so the camera can see this, decided what she wanted to do was open it and sniff the glue right in the middle.
I got to her house and I was like, let me smell it.
She bought her time a little bit and was like, you know, discussing how are you, whatever. And as we were trying to leave, she was like, do you mind if I just get your book out and just have a look at it? And I was like, yeah, sure. I opened it, it was like...
I just love it. You know, when you walk into like Waterstones or just a nice bookshop and it just smells like
a bookshop.
So homely, so cosy. It brings me peace.
Yeah,
like,
but little do they know what we're reading about.
Exactly.
It's very true. Although on that thing, I was reading something the other day that said so many articles are obviously being written about this, and they all use like, you know, fairy porn, fairy smut, and all this. And I actually do hate that.
I know.
There is so much more.
There's
to
so
the book.
much.
Of course, there are elements of that, but you also. Loads of people skim that. They're
There's
like, I'm not interested
so
in
much
that.
like world building,
yeah,
so
character
much
complexity,
the love stories,
all the
beautiful.
interactions. Like, I'm reading Throne of Glass at the moment, and I think I was in book 6 and I turned to the partner and I was like, I have read 6 books on about 160 pages each and there has been no sex so far. Therefore, I am committing to these series because they are good.
They're beautiful.
They are so beautiful. It's so, like, I am so impressed that someone can imagine.
Just build those worlds.
Oh my God.
Build little bricks.
The complexity.
Especially from the age of 16, because Sarah started writing Throne of Glass at 16. I believe.
Yeah.
So to have that type of mind where you can really build that world to the point where people like us, I mean, I know there's hundreds of people out there that are so obsessed.
Yeah.
It's such an escape.
But I think what's so impressive is, I think when people have read sort of all 3 of the series, most people still say that Throne of Glass is their favourite.
Ultimate.
And that was her first.
Yeah.
Like most, you know,
And that
other
has the, least sex in.
Whereas that is
it's true.
Least sex. It's not descriptive sex.
I'm not
like
actually
some
bothered
books.
about the sex in that so far.
No.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes I think it's great and it definitely is part of the story. I'm not hugely into smut where it is literally just every other chapter.
No, I would like
something
else to happen in it. Yeah.
I'm like,
I like the build-up.
The crescendo.
I
think,
you know, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. As I've said, I think about Throne of Glass, literally at least once a day. I promise you. Non-readers just won't understand.
She jumped in the cauldron a long time ago.
And I know, like, I see so many comments from people about Throne. I know obviously we're not talking about it today, but just for context, so many people start Throne of Glass. That's why I kept saying to you, please just push on.
Yeah. You started me on these. She came and knocked on my door and said, I've got this. Do you have time
You
this
cannot borrow
afternoon?
mine.
Oh my God. Someone asked me to borrow my books and I was like, no. I will just buy you your own one. Like, come on now.
My bookshelf like a trophy. But yeah, I honestly, like books like this, I feel like because it is such an escapism.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everyone wants to escape from their normal life, but it really is, you fall into a different world. With books, you have no choice. But to be so focused on those stories.
Totally.
Otherwise, you just won't understand what you're reading. So your mind just goes to completely, other places. And I think it's amazing.
All right, so to discuss this.
We are, ACOTAR.
Right.
The mother of all fantasy. I think everyone would agree.
I think it's a really good, introduction to it.
Yeah.
It's quite...
Also, first book, I don't believe a slow pace. I know a lot
No,
of people
you told me it
believe.
was, and I don't think it is at all.
I said that
I really
because I was
enjoyed
worried,
it.
but I really think this is a great first
She didn't
book.
know I could read until then. Feyre can't read. # me over here.
That's why you have
Hashtag I can't read.
But I really do think this is a great first book.
I agree.
The world, it really just sets a standard for the rest of the books.
I forgot how much stuff goes on in it.
So much.
There's a lot that she crammed into
she
crammed into that book. All right, then let's delve into it.
So, should we start with our drinks?
Yeah, all right.
Yes. So you want to say that each week we're gonna come up with a new cocktail. This week, because we're still an unsponsored podcast, we can't afford ice.
We forgot the ice. We forgot the ice.
This is, you have to take a sip and think of the ingredients that are in it.
So, because it's on the first book, we've gone with a woodland theme, right?
Yeah, in the first few chapters, Feyre is in
The human world.
in the Brocas human world, and it's grey, it's drab.
She's
Lives in
hunting
the
for
forest.
She's
for her
hunting this
food.
big bad wolf, and
She has two
this
siblings.
this is inspired by the forest. Everyone, take your sniff and your sip test.
Oh.
That's a strong one.
All right. That'll grow hairs on your
Oh,
chest,
it's
won't
very
it?
Christmassy.
Oh, thank you.
It's got the
Especially the berries.
She's like.
Is there like cinnamon or something in it?
Yeah, so there's nutmeg, cinnamon, honey, lemon, blueberries, blackberries, which is an absolute
So
murder.
everything that you're going to forage. to
Everything that
survive
we're foraging.
in this forest.
Yeah. In
And a lot of
here.
gin.
A lot of gin, topped with
pass the time.
prosecco, topped with prosecco and no ice. And no ice because it's not important.
I
So
really
we
like
put the
that.
recipe for this
Yeah.
on our Instagram so that other
Great
people can
idea.
have it.
I will include the ice because it's a game changer.
That is lethal.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That is
cheers.
lethal. Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
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 As you're doing it.
Mine
All
is
right.
like pond water.
I know. Human world, Prithian. Human world, Prithian. So, in the first few chapters,
Yeah, so we have Feyre.
We're
She
introduced to-
is, Yeah,
She's the protagonist.
she's the protagonist.
you don't gel with her at all.
No.
I just think you're
I never.
You're
ever,
on your-
I,
you're on
I,
your-
I
yeah.
actually never really gel
The whole
with
way through.
protagonist, with the female protagonist.
What is
I
it
get
about
what you
them?
mean.
I
you find
think.
them-
I think. Unfortunately, obviously, because we get so much from their point of view, and
Right.
we get all the sort of like slightly whingy, whiny
Mm-hmm.
moments. I feel like I lose them there.
They
Whereas
annoy you.
I always prefer the side
Yeah,
characters.
This is
that you occasionally just get like a chapter book from them, and I
Yeah.
get so excited because I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, I actually don't know anything really.
Yeah,
But I
it's
do-
your own imagination then, really, about them, the complexity of
I
them.
do feel like what Sarah does very well in these books, I know that they're all from Feyre's point of view apart from the last book.
Yes.
However, you get to know the characters very well even though you don't read from their point of view.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Like
Yeah.
there is no character that doesn't really
Yeah.
have a backstory
Yeah.
or a build up. There's nothing that's just
Asriel?
a pointless.
I would like a bit more
I mean,
about
But I feel
him.
like but great tactic from her. We
Yeah.
are literally waiting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
for
Come
that,
on now.
you know?
Yeah.
That's
Everyone else
actually
we
clever.
kind of understand.
She's given us enough that we're like
Yeah,
invested.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And we're waiting rather than, some books you read and you're like, forgot about them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Forgot
who
about
was
them.
them?
Who was that? Why were they there?
Exactly.
Do you know what? That did actually happen to me in Throne of Grass. Throne of Grass? That's got to me already.
She's drunk.
Throne of Glass. Like, some of the characters I had to keep going back to reference them.
And I
Okay.
feel like also potentially with Throne of Glass, there's
It's
quite
very-
a lot of characters that have similar names.
Oh, me and the
So-
dyslexia over here, I was like, all the A's.
Yeah,
It's just-
there is a lot where if you're reading, for the
But
first
from
time in
book
that sort of genre.
book 5 is when I was like, okay, I know exactly who you all are.
Yeah.
Because before then it was all a bit mushy and
Yeah.
slow and
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I do feel like for the Akatar, she does that very well. Even though you don't read it from their point of view, you're very invested in all the characters.
Very
Yeah.
true. And I feel like you actually get most of the main characters
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
100%.
Who then go through the rest of
100%.
all the books.
Yep.
And sort
Yeah.
of they're with you.
Yeah.
So we understand Feyre is 19.
She's 19. Her family are very poor.
Yep.
She is the youngest sister of
Yes.
the family, but she's
Yep.
also basically the provider.
Is she? I thought Elaine was.
I don't think
No,
Elaine's.
I think
Yeah,
she is the
Feyre's
youngest. I think that's
which
why
is why
it's
it's
so
such a
That's
big.
bizarre.
why
but
it's
it's
so.
like,
Oh yeah,
why
because
is
she's
baby
because
looking
they're all
after everyone else?
they're all just
But
like.
let's not forget they weren't always poor.
No, they were.
No.
So the mother died of some type of was it influenza?
It was
That's
some. It was
described
some.
in
It
the
was some
book.
illness that couldn't be fixed.
And the dad has a limp.
He has a limp because he was beaten
Bought
for
by the
not,
debt collectors.
Yeah, keeping up with his money. So they
and now he makes toys.
for a living.
Geppetto.
As I said, waistman.
Yeah.
He's got 3 girls, and he lets the 19-year-old go out and hunt their food whilst all of them stay at home.
Yes. Yes.
Basically.
And he makes toys by the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think also there's a bit where it says that Feyre was, on her mother's deathbed, promised that she
She'd
would...
look after
Oh, no,
them.
the mother
The mum asked her.
Which
She
is
promised.
The mum, asked her, like...
Probably because she knew.
But
She
out
was
of
probably
everyone,
gonna be
you
the
were
only one that
one
would do
will
it.
this.
and it's also foreshadowing the strong character Feyre will become.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And yeah. But so They're now in a basically huts, like cottage-style huts, aren't they? Like they're all sharing a bedroom.
Yeah.
The father sleeps in the living room. They're very, very poor. They never eat. She goes out hunting on her own into the woods,
and she's taught herself to.
She's taught herself to
survive.
And what does she find? This is where basically it all begins, isn't it?
Well, she finds a deer and a wolf.
So a wolf was hunting the same deer.
Well, conveniently, but yes.
And she knows that even though they're in the human world, there is not great things out there, which is why she carried the ash arrows.
Yeah, so they've been told stories about fables and all this stuff about the Fae, that they are
bloodthirsty,
they love to eat
humans.
They love to eat them, all this sort of stuff.
And further along behind that forest is the wall between the Fae world and the human
so she
world.
lives very close to Prithian, which is almost considered to be the most poorest part of the human world.
Yeah.
The further away from the wall you live, the richer you are, predominantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she puts herself in harm's way. She goes all that way out into the forest knowing she's nearing the wall.
Well, then no one's going to eat. They're all skin and bones.
Exactly. But so she decides whether she has to kill the deer or the wolf.
Right.
And Feyre being Feyre
goes for the
shoots
big
the ash arrow.
That's a bigger thing to
because
eat.
I think she was contemplating when she saw the wolf that it was Fae.
And let's just say it's not just a wolf, like dog-sized wolf.
Yeah,
no. This is like
werewolf.
Would you do it?
She basically decided that she could kill the wolf, eat it, and sell its skin for money.
Pelt, yeah.
And all she cared about was providing for her family.
To be fair, though, if you're faced with deer that is a herbivore versus a carnivore,
a bigger, that's a month worth of food.
Yeah. Versus my life /
Yeah.
You go for the wolf.
You do.
Plus also the speculation of, am I killing Fae? Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Well, the fact that she had the ash arrow, the fact that she chose to use the ash arrow.
Yeah.
Didn't she have like one?
She had one, but she also had normal arrows.
Yeah.
So she made that decision. Like, I'm killing this and I'm killing it with the ash arrow.
So basically, ash arrows, obviously, as you all know if you've read the books, they kill Fae.
Yep.
They
They're
strip
like
them of their
Superman's
powers.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she kills the wolf. She takes it home, feeds her family, sells. She goes to the market.
I think they have that she takes the deer as well because it says
she does.
venison.
Yeah, they did.
Does.
She left them enough venison for a week or something.
She does, and she wants to sell the wolf fur for more money, which is fair enough.
Yeah. Go on, business.
However, at this point in the book, you realise that her sisters just aren't aren't very nice people.
Quite selfish.
No, Elaine is vacant.
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing's going on up there.
No, I think a lot of like Tweety birds and roses and all that lot is going on in her head.
Like, la.
Yeah. She's literally skipping the rainbow.
It's just a dark shadow, isn't she? She's
I think you are just biased to her because I was re-listening and rereading the chapters recently, and funny enough, I'm with you again, not liking Feyre. I'm like, oh god, you're just a bit whiny. But
no, I love Nesta.
Nesta at this point.
Did you love her from the beginning?
No.
Exactly. Nesta at this point, I'm like,
I don't think I did either.
you are the oldest. Do something. Like, I get you were entitled because your family were rich
Because
and
she
something
probably
before.
remembers
She was
more.
educated. She was being like pimped out to kind of,
Marry.
marry. Yeah. But she didn't do anything.
No.
And all she did was moan.
Yeah. She's not a doer,
Yeah,
Nesta.
because I think it says something
Wow.
like they go.
Anyway, wow.
It says that they are going down to sell the pelt, and they're already talking, the other two sisters, about clothes.
Well, they're going to
I
say
want new
money.
shoes. I want new shoes, and I want another coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Fairy's worried about.
Fairy's like, for God's sake, man, we just need money.
Yeah.
We need peace. Done.
Yeah. 100%. So yeah, she does that, and then that night they're all obviously in their cottage, and bang, the door flies open.
No knocking. No knocking.
Excuse me. Tamlin would knock.
Excuse me, please.
Tamlin would knock. Can I just say this?
If you wouldn't mind so much, could I please come in?
He would knock. He would knock.
Listen, tampon in his.
Oh.
No. His Fae form obviously was.
It's like beast.
It's like beast form.
Well, it
isn't
is. This is
It's
a
a beast.
retelling of Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
In some sense.
Oh, I love
so
this.
it's supposed to
Yeah.
be that he is the big, ugly.
Well,
beast
okay, yeah.
in the his.
I mean,
animal
actually,
form.
like the description of the house that she goes, the summer court or the spring court, whatever it is quite
Yeah.
fable. in that
100%,
way. Yeah,
100% fairy tale.
Yeah.
100%. So he comes in his beast form because we know at this point that Fae can shift between beast form, human, like Fae form.
Yeah.
And
It's like
he
a
wants
massive. I mean, I always picture it with this weird like lion.
Yeah,
I
lion with horns and big claws.
I genuinely picture Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes.
Literally, I think I do too.
2D version and everything?
No, I like, you know, the...
I picture when he's the human, the prince at the very end of Beauty and the
100%.
Beast as well, like that quite blonde, like
I've literally
ethereal.
got it in my head, the AI depth versions and then just the 2D character from what you just said of the beast just
Or
knocking at the
we
door.
could just picture a massive Tampax, couldn't we?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's fine.
fair.
Anyway, he wants whoever killed his friend.
Yeah.
And
It's like payback.
it's payback.
Well, he comes in with this ammo, but yeah.
He comes in with the ammo, but all along he had a plan, didn't he?
Yes.
This all happens for a reason.
Yes.
He knows what he wanted to happen to his friend. His friend sacrificed his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the wolf that was killed, as we all know, was actually a Fae man.
Is his name
Andras.
And he basically said to Tamlin, I will sacrifice my life to come and find you a human.
Well, actually, if we're going to do spoilers,
go in
they
for it.
basically sent Faye over the wall because of the curse.
Basically, the
No, yes.
Yeah,
They sent.
yeah.
They all multiple
They-
Fae
yes,
went
but
over
he was the
wall.
only successful.
He was one of the last ones because I think the clock was ticking.
Yeah.
And he was one of the last ones, and also because there was literally no mandem left in the court.
Yeah.
They were
crumbling.
all gone, and it was like
Last resort.
the last 2-3 people, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, there you
And it
go.
wasn't going to be Lucian and it wasn't going to be Tamlin.
No.
So he basically comes to claim his prize, doesn't he? And his prize is Feyre.
Well, he walks in and says, who killed him?
And she said me.
Only one with balls in that house.
Because her family...
I think it is described that she is stood there and they're all
She
behind
doesn't
her.
back them.
They're
all
literally
cowered
like
behind
cowering
this
behind
19-year-old
her,
girl.
and she's there with
And
like
I think he quite likes that.
her little dagger and whatnot, and is like,
think he quite likes that.
I did it.
Well, it's probably actually just
But
as...
that's what he needed.
He needed
He
that.
needed someone who was like, fuck you,
Yeah.
I hate your lot, I kill you all.
Yeah.
I would mass bomb all of you
Yes.
or whatever, and
But I
yeah.
think probably just as how at the beginning we're told that the humans have all these, preconceptions about
Yeah.
the Fae, he probably has preconceptions about a human.
Yeah.
So to see this 19-year-old...
But
Skinny little girl.
But they knew what humans were like. Humans are boring and dull to them.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So he was probably like very impressed that
Yeah.
suddenly this...
All of a sudden.
Because bearing in mind, when we picture
well,
her, she is malnourished, probably near on anorexia. They didn't eat for a long time. She was very unwell.
Yeah. And I think that's what is said later on when he
Yeah.
was like, this scrawny thing
Yeah.
killed
Yeah.
Andres.
Yeah. So I think he was very impressed by that. But obviously, so she sacrifices herself to save her family, and he takes her beyond the wall into...
Well, he says to her, you can either come and
Now,
you either
willingly.
die now,
Yeah. Come willingly.
or you come and live in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Done.
And she basically does say to him, what happens to my family?
Yeah.
If I am to come with you, I'm,
was like, well,
I'm
they'll
the
survive.
provider. Yeah. And then
we find out later
Yeah.
on. He says they'll survive.
yeah. So she makes her way into Prythian, and she's quite mesmerised by it, isn't she? She doesn't expect to see such a beautiful...
Literally, in my eyes, when it goes across, it's like...
You go from like black
don't
and
know if I
white
can say
movie
this.
to then like colour.
You go from slums.
I would love to
picture-
say something, but I don't know if I can say
We'll just say it, we can cut it out.
When you take magic mushrooms...
And the world
it's all sparkly,
Yeah.
and you can see all the blades of grass and all that sort
Well,
of
she
stuff.
even says like, "Oh, this is so beautiful.
It's
I
like
can't paint
it's
it."
like
Yeah, I
she
can't.
doesn't
I
know-
can't.
she doesn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
How to
to-
capture
she doesn't have the colours in her colour
Yeah, to
palette
to capture such
this.
perfect views.
Yeah.
She's mesmerised, and she really was not expecting such a beautiful... And I feel like Sarah really gives you that impression in your mind
Definitely.
of what it can look like. Because when I saw the AI pictures afterwards, I was like, that is exactly what I pictured.
Yeah, it is.
And it happens every single
with
time with
like
Sarah.
the sparkling floors and the like flowers
Blooming
everywhere,
flowers
blooming,
everywhere.
the smells, all of that lot.
Yeah, 100%. And at this point, she realises he's gone back into Fae form, so he's not in his beast form anymore.
Yeah,
he's got a
but
master.
she's like, ooh.
Because with the curse, obviously, they all have to have masks on, so she never actually gets to see him.
Is it only this court with the masks on?
No,
I could have sworn it was just this
so,
court.
yes.
it was his court that had the curse put on it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
His curse is
they
crumbling.
weren't allowed
his
to
court.
show their faces.
They basically had all these, in my eyes, very baroque, ornate masks.
Well, I think Lucian was Lucian Tamlin's right-hand guy.
Yeah, he's
Had a-
like
had
the
a-
only guy
he-
left.
I'm sure it was described as a fox mask at some point.
Okay, so in my
Yes,
eyes, then
and Tamlin's-
Merchant of Venice, very
and Tamlin's I think is like gold and emerald.
It's
and
literally like a masquerade ball every single
Yeah.
day when you wake
Yeah.
up. Because even Alice,
Lord, you would get bored of that, wouldn't you?
Alice, the maid, she
has.
even everyone.
She had one,
She
yeah.
did. She
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
And I think actually speaking about Alice, that's when you like the first person
Do you know?
that showed Feyre that they're nice people.
Yeah, I actually really like her as a character because the juxtaposition of all of the females being
Yeah.
so beautiful, and they were like, this
Alice.
brown, rotund woman
Yeah.
comes in,
And
but
she's
then
like a
starts to
grandma's
mother. It's
age,
like a
isn't
mother,
she? Yeah.
a mothering
Figure,
character to
yeah.
her, teaches her like
About
about promises and all this
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Don't accept things without whatever. But yeah,
And I feel like that's when Feyre first realised actually
they ain't all bad.
they're not bad. And she started to open herself up a little bit more. I mean, she was really moody, wasn't she, to be there? Everything was an argument.
Everything was an argument.
Every
Yeah.
other chapter, Lucian was having a go at her, telling her to sort her attitude out.
Yeah.
She was running away.
She stole the knife from the dinner table.
Yeah, she was pure. How do you remember all this stuff, considering you haven't read it in so long?
She was
No
refusing
idea.
to eat, if
Yeah,
I
because
remember.
that's because
because
I think
they
it
said
told her
because
told-
they said that
Don't
like
eat
don't
their
eat their
food.
food, don't drink their drink, and he was like, oh, sod you then, I'll just eat anyway.
Yeah. But they were like, you need to eat because you're malnourished.
You look, you
Yeah.
look bad.
So she lands up in Perithian and she sort of spends her time wandering around the grounds, and then she decides to go on was it a hunt? Because
I think she goes out with Lucian.
she goes out with Lucian, and then she realises that there's a lot of magic out there,
Yeah.
and it starts to sort of...
Do you know what's really mad? How like she's in this human world, right? So deprived, so malnourished, so constricted by the confounds of fear, and she's
given all of this.
She literally embraces it like without a question.
Yeah.
Well, I think probably the fact that all those little traits that we saw at the beginning, where she does go out further to find
She does.
She's
Oh, wait.
inquisitive.
But can I make a comment?
Yeah.
About, when they're all having these dinners and she's like, I was only invited to dinner once a night, like, blah, blah, blah. I could only stomach being with them for once. Tamlin goes to her, did your mother not tell you about us?
That is a massive... So let's touch on that point, actually.
He does. Said in the first few chapters, did your mother not tell you about
does.
us?
And so I looked up all of this because I was like,
We're gonna
it's a
do the
very
conspiracy. Ready?
strange comment to make.
Just as Leah begins to trace the edges of her theory, we arrive at the closing of this chapter. To follow us as we delve further into the series, you'll have to tune in to the next episode. Until then.